Whenever you talk about fighting video games, there is none more famous than Street Fighter. Today, in our video game environment art study, we're going to talk about Street Fighter 6. Let's dive into it. When you look at Street Fighter 6, the overall art style is what I would call an exaggerated realism. It's over the top, right? It's over the top, but the materials are grounded, and like things exist like in our world, but it's stylized and it's exaggerated and pushed further. Now, for all fighting games, characters are that's the main focus, right, of the game. So the environment kind of takes a backseat. The players need to be fighting each other and not the environments themselves. So the environments need to stay in the background, not take too much of the attention, so that the focus is on the character. This is why the characters are in the foreground, and then the background is the environments. Now, if I was to take a guess, in the competitive scene, I am sure players would love to only play on the training grid level, where it's very plain and it's just the characters. But what's really cool is that in Street Fighter 6, there are actually quite a bit of levels in the game. Now, I only have the base game. I don't have the DLCs or the extra content, but just even what came with the game, there's quite a bit to look at. And then as we kind of go through the environments, you're going to see that there is quite a bit of stuff happening in the background. And selfishly, as an artist, I love it. For the environments, there's a great mix between reusing assets, tiling textures, and unique assets. Because everything is set to a specific angle in a camera, and each level is its own contained level, they have the opportunity here to really dive into making unique assets. And because every level represents a different country, that represents one of the characters, they kind of need to be different. And they have a different mood, all those things. And because of that, reusing assets from level to level is not very common in Street Fighter 6. In terms of VFX and animations, you're gonna see that in terms of like the character VFX, it is quite grounded. I mean, a Hadouken is not a real thing, but you know, it does look like flames and wind that you would expect in a realistic world. But in terms of like the environment animations, there is a ton going on. You have animated lights, like I think one of the fair levels, like you see animated lights as you would expect at a carnival. You have an aircraft carrier level where jet planes are flying in the background. You'll see crates of apples and fruits when we're at a marketplace, that like when you toss your character, apples and stuff like that would fly out. So yeah, there's a lot going on if you're paying attention to it. Most of the time you're not, it's just kind of in the background. And then lastly, you'll notice the NPCs that are kind of in the background, cheering, animating, emoting, all those things to make it feel like the world's been lived in. In terms of lighting and mood, again, tons of different levels to look at here, but each level with all of its variety, the lighting and the mood is captured perfectly. You'll have, bright sun daily, on the aircraft carrier. You'll have, a more Asian style environment where it's nighttime and lit up by lanterns. There's a good variety in there to kind of set the mood and try and give each level something a little different, right? And then there's even just the standard fighting ring where you would expect, crowds in the background and a stadium type of feel. And again, due to the set camera, there's lots of technical things that opens up for the environment team. Composition, you know, is kind of key here, right? To making sure that things in the background have like a visual interest. There's definitely reuse happening. And again, because every level is contained to itself, there is more unique assets, more hero assets that can be built. And obviously there's going to be reuse happening, right? Like if you have for example, a carnival level, there's gonna be like tables that people are gonna be sitting and eating at. They're gonna duplicate that around, you know, multiple times. But then, you know, the rides, for example, they get to kind of build everything that they need for that ride, make it unique. And then I think there's even like this big, it looked like Paris kind of Eiffel Tower type of thing in that level, and that you know, they can build that to whatever it is that they need for the composition of the level. And then something that I've noticed as well is that, you know, because this game is very focused on the characters themselves, the textures they're using quite a bit of like tiling to kind of textures, especially on the ground. In the environments, they're just kind of using like base metals and things like that. And that's likely to save texture memory so that the texture memory can be given to the characters themselves. So let's wrap this all up. Some of the big things that I've learned while studying Street Fighter 6 is environments. I am in absolute awe at what the team has done in terms of balancing busy environments, pushing those into the background, them being able to balance using and utilizing all the cool, unique hero assets to compose their levels. On top of that, knowing when to reuse assets in the level. And most importantly, making sure that the environment is not fighting the player, so that the players can focus on fighting each other. Now, if you feel like I might have missed something, please leave a comment down below. I hope this video was helpful and insightful, and I'll see you all again next time.